Hey guys, I am asking for interviews. I need to get some interviews going on this show. I am the Stephanie Fields Show, and my favorite thing to do is interview people. I love to get to know people. I love to find out how they're making decisions and why they do the things they do and how their brain works. Because people are so different, but then there's also so many themes that run between people, and I love all of that. I love hearing people's stories. I love hearing how they got to where they are, and that is what I'm an expert at. I am an expert at communication, despite the fact that I flub lines sometimes. I am an expert at drawing these stories out from people, and I want to do that and share these stories with you. And I want to talk to all the people. I want to talk to the people who are seemingly normal people. And I hate that because everybody, as a person is a valuable person, but you know what I mean. People who are doing the typical things, and then people who are doing the things that other people can't even fathom doing. For me, let's talk about Bear Grylls. My daughter loves Bear Grylls. This is why she thinks she likes camping, okay? Again, we know she hated that overnight part. We talked about that. But the daytime stuff she did like that was okay, but it wasn't overly adventurous, right? It's a Girl Scout camp. But anyway, she loves watching the Bear Grylls stuff. So talking to somebody like that and figuring out how on earth they find joy in the things that I found to be the most miserable things on earth. Then I want to talk to people like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I really want to talk to him because, first of all, my daughter has lots of questions about the universe. Just last night, she was asking questions about the sun and how it self-sustains itself, and if there could ever be a second sun that could come off of that sun, and all these things. So I would love to talk to somebody who understands the universe and who could explain it to me and perhaps to her also. Bret Michaels! Does anybody expect that he would not be on this list? Because for the love of God, we know that he is my favorite celebrity, and I guess I have to say celebrity, right? Because if I say guy, then I'm going to have to include people like my husband, and presumably I like him more than Bret Michaels, right? Of course. But I've got to talk to Bret Michaels, you guys. I have to. First of all, he's a fellow, Pittsburgher or Pittsburgh region-esque guy. I've met him a few times, and he was the nicest guy that I've ever encountered. I mean, that probably is really like the nicest person I've encountered. It almost doesn't even seem real. He's such a nice guy. And then I love his work ethic. I love his unending positivity. I love his self-deprecation. I love everything about what I know of him. And I need to know more. I need to just talk to this man and hear his stories and be able to ask him the questions that I want to ask him that I've had for however long, and hear his story and hopefully bring a take that he hasn't said anywhere else. Julia Hart from My Unorthodox Life. I love that she is just brave and bold and living her life regardless of what's happening for her or to her. She's making things happen for her. So many people. Vicki Lawrence. Good Lord, I love Vicki Lawrence. She is fantastic. I love that she had a talk show, which obviously I'm doing, and I've always looked at her for that. I love that she was on Mama's Family because that's one of my favorite shows from growing up, and I still watch it all the time. I love her. I want to hear more about her story. So I want to bring these stories to you, but I need people who know these people. So if you know any of these people, if you know Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you know Bret Michaels, or you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and you think that you can get me in touch, please do it so that I can bring you these interviews. Because if you've watched my other ones, you know that I am an excellent listener. I'm really good at asking questions that you might not hear somewhere else. Hopefully you're not hearing somewhere else. Sometimes I'm sure they're the same things, but a lot of times they're not, because I don't pre-write my questions. Ever. I literally learn about the person. In full disclosure, I book an hour with people. I talk to them for 20, 25 minutes, and that's, in many situations, that's the first time that I meet someone. And then we record the interview that's typically 20 to 30 minutes, usually 20 to 25. And then we wrap up in whatever time's left unrecorded. So everything is truly me asking these questions in the moment because they're things that I want to know or I think that other people would want to know. And it feels authentic because it is. So again, if you know people who you think would be amazing for the show, if you think that you'd be amazing for the show, if you know any of the people that I just mentioned, especially Bret Michaels and Neil deGrasse Tyson, those would be my top 2 right now because, again, my daughter has questions about the universe that I'm incapable of answering. And maybe Bear Grylls, because, again, fresh off this camping trip, I just can't imagine that people actually find joy in that, let alone, like, he got a TV show, several series about the outdoors. It sounds like a nightmare to me. And then Bret Michaels, because that would be my favorite thing that I've ever done professionally in my entire life, would be to interview him and be able to share his story. So hopefully you guys have some ideas, have some connections, anything, send them my way, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.